I crashed my drone the other day, and it was my own stupid fault.
Ah! No! Christ.
Alright troops, welcome to the channel, Skateboarding with your Dae. I'm your Dae, and every now and then I do something so stupid that I have the overwhelming urge to make a video about it. There's a number of reasons why this was a bad idea, and even worse the fact that I knew how bad an idea it was in the first place, and I still did it.
It actually be a little bit of a risky shot. I'm gonna try it.
But enough of the self-castigation, let's have a wee look at the events of this day and talk about what went wrong. Let's call it a root cause analysis. It's not about who's to blame.
It's me. Case closed.
It's purely for investigation and entertainment purposes, depending on your definition of entertainment, but as always I digress. Anyway, this first clip was at the beginning of the session, and immediately after takeoff the drone just decided it wanted to be a true autonomous whirly thing and fly away.
Please connect the drone.
Get down, you little bastard. What's going on?
It must have lost the connection to the controller or something, because it eventually decided to try and return to home, which basically means flying up to 25 metres and straight back down, or at least if I hadn't got control back at the last minute. Not a bad thing in itself, but I wasn't trusting it to do what it was supposed to do. Right, what happened there? We've got plenty of satellites, plenty of battery, props seem to be spinning alright. No damage done, everything seemed to be working fine, so I carried on about my day. And there's the first mistake. I totally forgot that this even happened until I started editing this video. I've been playing about with follow me mode and waypoints, but I couldn't get the shot I was looking for. Follow me didn't really follow me. I've talked about this in previous videos. Anytime it did actually do what it was supposed to do instead of flying away in the wrong direction, it was so slow in reacting to a change in direction that the footage was unusable. Waypoints are a really handy tool for getting smooth overhead scenic shots, but it moves way too fast for a moving subject and there's no way to alter the speed. Well, there is, but you can only make it go faster because the default's already the slowest it can go. And you can't make it fly sideways in waypoint mode, which I'm guessing is probably a feature and not a bug because it doesn't have obstacle avoidance sensors. So instead I thought I would try experimenting with doing it manually. In terms of skateboarding, I'm not doing anything particularly difficult or technical.
Let's face it, this is me we're talking about. The most difficult or technical I get is a pop shove it.
I'm pretty much just rolling back and forth, and I even did a few practice runs without skating. I would have liked to eventually step things up a bit, but at least for now I think I'm going to stay well within my skill level because that was just too close a call. Filming other skaters? Maybe, but filming myself? I should have known better. And on that note, let's get into the reasons why this is such a bad idea. First of all, I want to make it perfectly clear that I would absolutely never do this in a busy skate park for obvious reasons. In fact, if there was anyone else there other than my 3 or 4 skater friends that I'm comfortable with and know reasonably well, I probably wouldn't fly at all. Reason number 1. A lot of what I was doing is technically illegal. Drone laws are pretty clear. You must not endanger anyone or anything with your drone. A lot of people take liberties with this, some way worse than others, and I'm not trying to justify myself, but I'll die in this hill. The park was empty, so I was really only endangering myself and my drone. Let me reiterate, I would never do this in a busy skate park or anywhere that there's people around, and I'm in no way encouraging anyone to do this, if anything the opposite. Please do not do this, and if you do, I take no responsibility for what happens. You have been warned. Reason number 2. I was flying backwards, so the controls are effectively reversed from my perspective, and in that moment when it started to drift I panicked and I tried to correct, but naturally my reflexes kicked in, and they're just not wired that way. Reason number 3. Flying low to the ground's risky in itself, especially without obstacle avoidance. Doing it backwards while riding a skateboard is downright idiotic.
What are y'all looking at me for?
Reason number 4. The fact that it was disconnecting from the controller earlier should have been a red flag. There was obviously something interfering with the signal very briefly from time to time. Whether that was the RF or the GPS, I don't know. And that may explain the slight drift, just enough to throw it off course. So let's have a wee look at it in slow motion so you can see exactly where things went wrong. There. Right there. When I had the idea and decided against my better judgment to do it. It starts off okay, all going smooth, but you see the line in the middle drifting off to the side. That's what I was talking about earlier. It's subtle, but it's just enough that I was getting worried about it drifting into the wall.
Talk about premonitions or no.
Thanks to me having the SE version that doesn't have proper camera stabilisation, you can actually see where it's trying to change course. It didn't do that by itself, it's this idiot here getting his port and starboard mixed up. There's another drone fail for the library. All things considered, I think I got off lightly. As you might be able to see there, it's got a couple of minor scratches, but other than that it's fine. And if you look closely, you can kind of see a little bit the blue from the wooden railings on the prop. These are fit for the bin. Luckily I've got a new set here, so I'm going to stick these on before I take it back out again, and I definitely won't be doing anything stupid like this in a hurry. So that's your free lesson for today. If you enjoyed watching my drone eat it and my overall life choices unfold in real time, then go ahead and hit like. Subscribe for more blatant disregard to gravity, the law and worldly possessions, and I will catch you next time on Skateboarding with your dad.
Your back crashes 8 on drones.